After months of speculation and a week of dropping hints, Donald Trump announced tonight he will once again run for president. KCAL 9 political reporter Tom Wade is here with the speech and reaction. Tom.
Good evening to you, Juan. Well, Mr. Trump left office, twice impeached, and under the shadow of the January 6th insurrection, he's now facing criminal and civil investigations. But political experts say he is still likely the Republican frontrunner, at least for now. With many people believing his grip over the Republican Party may be waning, President Trump took to the stage at his Mar-a-Lago club in Florida, announcing he will make another run at the White House.
In order to make America great and glorious again, I am tonight announcing my candidacy for President of the United States.
The former president's speech included exaggerations and false claims about his administration's record. And then Mr. Trump came out swinging, blaming President Biden for inflation and soaring energy costs.
Millions of Americans the past 2 years under Joe Biden have been a time of pain, hardship, anxiety, and despair. As we speak, inflation is the highest in over 50 years. Gas prices have reached the highest levels in history.
In response to the speech, President Biden's Twitter account posted this: Donald Trump failed America. Mr. Trump's speech comes in the wake of major Republican losses in the midterms, losing candidates Trump handpicked in states across the country. Professor of politics Jack Pitney.
A lot of Republicans are blaming him for the party's very disappointing loss in this election. The Democrats beat the point spread, to use a phrase that Trump likes to use, by a lot.
Trump did take a victory lap over what looks like to be a very slim Republican majority in the House.
We have taken over Congress. Nancy Pelosi has been fired.
The former president's early entry in the race could also be designed to shield him from a Department of Justice indictment over alleged mishandling of classified documents at Mar-a-Lago. He's also facing election meddling investigation in Georgia and, of course, the investigation into the January 6th insurrection.
Run for president isn't going to shield him from prosecution either at the federal level or in Georgia or from civil action in New York. But what it could do is rally the troops behind him. If he's indicted, he will portray himself as a victim.
Another potential 2024 challenger, former Vice President Mike Pence. He was asked if Trump should ever be president again.
I think that's up to the American people. But I think we'll have better choices in the future.
But Trump retains potent advantages, among them nearly 100 million in his political war chest and a national database with more than 50 million contacts. But even that may not be enough to win over voters.
Trump has been below water in most public opinion polls. People do not have a high opinion of him.
Mr. Trump has also been criticized for recent posts on his social media platform where he has in some cases embraced and spread QAnon conspiracy theories and used racist language to disparage one of his former cabinet members. Juan, back to you.
All right, Tom, thank you.